Charles, thank you for your comment. I know Wells didn't have his best start, but he settled in and looked great. If Means comes back and looks like the Means we know, this is going to be a ridiculous rotation. Let's talk about John Means for a second then before we get into the Royals and everything and yada, yada. John Means had his first start today. It did not go well. And before I have my take here, do we have I was going to pull up the exact line here. I thought I had it up here. Do you have it up, Zach, at the moment?
No, let me get it up real quick. But the good news is John Means had 2 strikeouts and just 1 inning pitched. Bad news is a lot of hits and runs came off of that. But, half glass full glass half full. Look at it that way. But, yeah, John Means, I believe it was 6 runs.
6 hits, 7 hits. There it is. 1 inning for John Means, 6 hits, 7 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks, 2 bombs. All right, I will give
2 Ks.
Guess what?
2 Ks.
Do you guys want to guess my panic meter?
It's a million.
Is
0.
Thank you. Goose egg. I'm going to put the glasses on so we can relax for a second.
Yeah, get the Vibey glasses out.
We're good. Everyone, we're good. You know what I'm happy about John Means? You got to treat this is his first outing of spring training. Yeah. That's really what it was for me. I don't care how many times he throws on a backfield down there in Florida. When you're not facing actual hitters, it's not the same.
Yeah.
And for him, these games matter for these AAA players. And they had a full 6 weeks to be ready for this moment. And also, there teams were smacking the hell out of the ball this weekend there at Harbor Park.
Yeah,
and Durham was pissed because of how much Norfolk was hitting the ball. That's okay. My biggest thing is that he's getting out there. The results to me don't matter. John Means, if you want to think about it, coming off of him missing the ALDS as well, he really hasn't pitched a meaningful game in a long time. So panic meter 0. I'm just glad he pitched. I'm glad he's feeling okay. Now, if this is down the road and be like, okay, well, maybe, but there's nothing there because right now for me, I guarantee it was he wished he went deeper in the game. Are you healthy, John? I'm healthy. You take it.
And I also want to point out, he was only supposed to, even if he went 3 up, 3 down both innings, he was supposed to get 2 innings here max. So, people get panicked and stuff. They're ramping him up. And they wanted him to get a certain pitch count in. He got to that and he came out. So, like you said, Ryan, 0 panic here. If it starts happening by that, 4th, 5th rehab start, then we can start talking about, okay, what's going on, what needs to change. But I'm not worried at all about John Means.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be. No one should be. It's going to be okay. On the Tide side, yes, Kobe Mayo hit an absolute bomb today. That ball had a family. Had a family.
That kid has just the most ridiculous strength, and the way the ball pops off the bat is unreal.
Yeah, we like to call that stupid pop. It's ridiculous. They obviously lost 17-5. I saw another comment here, and if you're new to this channel, hit that like and subscribe button, or hit that follow button on X at Ryan Ripken, at Zach Bollinger 18, at Own the Chaos, which is Brad doing everything behind the scenes like he always does. Kyle Bradish I got to see Kyle for a moment at opening day. I went down in the locker room. It's fun when I have access to go down there for the media credentials. I don't go down there to actually be a media guy. I just go down to mess around. Because, I don't want to, hey, Kyle, tell me how you feeling. Well, I'm not, I kind of already know how he's feeling. But the point is, I like to see those guys. I miss those guys. I'm having a lot of FOMO because those are a lot of my teammates. But in all seriousness now, Kyle Bradish, he's back down in Florida. He's going to continue his rehab. He threw a 35-pitch bullpen, Zach. I think that was reported by Rock Kabatko.
And used all of his pitches, which really surprised me. Just one step at a time. And it's looking good right now. But it's one step at a time. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. It's one step at a time, and we keep moving day to day.
Day to day. And this is something where it's encouraging. You're happy. But because of Kyle's situation, it's always, to me, going to be a touch and go. It's always going to be a touch and go, given what the nature of his injury was. So you're happy with the step. We're just going to leave it at that because you can't just hope and be like, well, yes, he's going to go out there. Everything's going to be okay. He's still got a long way to go. If you want to think about it, he's still got a long way to go. 35 pitches and feeling good. That's a great step, but you still got to build up to what you're hoping. If you want him to be a starter for you, he's got to build up 50, 60, 80 pitches and also be able to bounce back. The key is the bounce back. And I think that's something that we're going to have to just touch and go. But Kyle's going to go down and get some work in Sarasota, and then eventually, hopefully, make his way up to Baltimore. But again, there's a reason why there's no timeline for Kyle.
Yeah.
Yes, early first half, Elias said you can say the timeline, but it's very loose.
Mm-hmm.
Very loose. So we just point that out there. And Boom Boom Birdland, by the way, I meant to tell you it's an electric name, by the way. Did you all just talk about Means? We did. And if you want the paraphrase, Ryan, Zach, Brad, no one's concerned.
No concern.
SpongeBob and Patrick on Zach's shirt might say differently.
Yeah, that's probably what it was like for concerned fans watching John Means, but we are not concerned. This is actually what
over here as well.
This is what that baseball's family did when it saw Kobe Mayo take it 421 feet a few hours ago.
Yeah. Yep. And
yeah,
you know
that kid can rip it, man.